Welcome into the house, Tailgate edition. Jordan Palacio, Scotty Gage. It's 2019. It's a brand new year for ASU football. And Jordan, it's a brand new year of me being much taller than you.
Yeah, this is a little bit weird with this height differential going on, but that's all right because Arizona State kicking off this Thursday against Kent State. But what comes before kickoff, Scotty? A tailgate, and that's what we're going to show you how to do correctly here on this week's House of Sparky. Sun Devils have just named their 5 captains taking the field this season, and we welcome in Rob Warner, our House of Sparky analyst. And Rob, let's run through this list. You have Cole Cabral, Kobe Williams, you have Eno Benjamin, you have Darian Butler and Ethan Long rounding out that list. What sticks out to you the most about this group of guys?
I think it's an interesting group of guys, Jordan. You got Eno Benjamin as the true star, and then 4 guys that maybe aren't the most vocal leaders, but guys that really have this mentality of actions over words, and that's something Herm Edwards and his staff loves. Cole Cabral and Kobe Williams specifically as 2 senior guys that have just been very solid over their tenures at ASU. I expect them to do the same this year, be very big contributors on offense, defense, but just also able to show guys on the team what exactly to emulate, and I think that's what Herm Edwards and his staff is looking for.
And you mentioned the star power of Eno Benjamin, and I think he's really going to be the load for this team offensively. What have you going to expect from him this season? I
mean, there's a lot on his shoulders right now, Jordan, and he's a guy that showed last year that he can handle a whole lot of a workload. Right. Over 300 carries, over 1,600 rushing yards last year with 18 touchdowns. This is a guy that was a first-team All-Pac-12 honoree last year, but he's got a lot to look forward to this year and a lot that people are going to be expecting from him this year. So managing him and making sure that he can do well and succeed in a new vocal role where he's also trying to catch more passes out of the backfield as something Herm Edwards said he wanted. It's going to be interesting to see how he can handle all of that after what he did last year.
And something else interesting, like you said, Rob, is that a freshman Ethan Long got the nod as one of the captains. What do you think went into that? Because I think that's something that really caught a lot of people by surprise.
I think the way that Long is just so comfortable doing whatever is asked from him is the reason simply that he is a freshman captain. And that's really something that's unprecedented in college football. But this is a guy that came in recruited at a quarterback position. Now he's a wide receiver. He's a defensive back. He's on special teams. He's an H-back. He's a guy that's going to be lining up all over on the field. And he does so with a smile on his face. And he's so athletic. He can do all these positions well. I think that's why he's in this position, and I think Herm Edwards and the staff are very happy that they have a guy like that that just wants to be on the field.
Yeah, and they call him Captain America, and we have our own Captain America right here, Rob Warner. Appreciate you stepping in.
He's been compared to Taysom Hill. His versatility is second to none. A 3-star quarterback out of Oregon, Ethan Captain America Long is Arizona State's first freshman team captain. Soon, he could be the Pac-12's best-known secret weapon. And Ethan Long is the kind of guy that you want at your tailgates. You want excitement? He can do a standing backflip. He's done them at practice before just for fun. When you're preparing for Arizona State tailgates in this fall, you need an Ethan Long in your parking spot. Now, what's the use in a grill master if he or she can't toss around the pigskin? You need someone who's versatile. When you're looking for your grill master, look no further than Ethan Long. A pro-style quarterback by trade, he's been lining up at tight end, wingback, wide receiver, and in 2 quarterback formations in second-team reps. You can't expect to show up to a tailgate at 11:30 for a noon kickoff and still have a parking spot. And Ethan Long didn't either. He started early enrollment back in January so that he could stake his claim by attending spring practices. Offensive coordinator Rob Likens once said that he's been waiting for Ethan Long to make a mistake. He hasn't. When you're at your tailgates, you can't have someone who makes mistakes, like forgetting the ketchup or the ice. He's responsible, and he knows exactly what his duties are for the Sun Devils. Now, it's at every tailgate. The crazy hair, face paint, shoulder pads, probably a game-worn jersey with a couple signatures on it. The super fan. Ethan Long has the competitive spirit to do anything. He knew that when he signed up to commit for Arizona State, he'd be going up against 2 freshman quarterbacks in Jaden Daniels and Joey Yellen, and a very experienced redshirt junior in Dylan Sterling Cole. He has the determination to play on Frank Cush Field. Now, I would say that the most underrated part of a good tailgater is brains. Ethan Long carried a 4.0 GPA in high school, as well as receiving offers to many Ivy League colleges and football programs. You need brains at your tailgates. You simply cannot risk having your grill master show up late, or someone's on the injured list, or your buddy who knows how to pitch a tent really well is gone that week. You need the brains, and that's exactly what Ethan Long has. He's the guy to look for in the 2019-2020 season. I wouldn't expect to see Ethan Long doing too much tailgating this year.
All right, hey, we haven't talked about food at all, and we're at a tailgate, so we've got to talk about food. That's why we bring in our House of Sparky reporter, our House of Sparky chef and grill master, Mr. Jackson Zuber. Jackson, we're going to cook some burgers today, buddy.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Scotty. And we're not just going to cook, we're going to compare it to the Sun Devils football team, of course, because everything we do here has so many double meanings. We're on a higher level, I like to think, than a lot of other organizations. But, Scotty, this patty
So
right
throw
here,
that baby
this patty
in
right
there.
here, we're going to toss it right there on the grill.
Look at
Listen to
that.
that noise. It just sounds fantastic. We got our spatula here. We got our aprons. We are all ready to go. But this patty, it just reminds me of Jaden Daniels. You know?
Why?
Because, you know, the team goes where the quarterback goes, and the burger goes where the meat goes.
Oh.
You need that good meat. You need it cooked well. You hear that right there? You hear that sizzle?
We're about to enter Flavor Town, huh?
We're about to enter Flavor Town. And if Jaden Daniels can do that this year, with the high expectations of being the first true freshman quarterback in recent history to start out a season, I mean, I'm facing high expectations right now. I'm cooking a burger in front of all these people.
You are, I know, and they're all watching. If you burn this burger, bad things will happen.
I know. I'm gonna send the Devils down this year. But a good burger can make a great burger. You know what I mean? Like, you have a great piece of meat on there, so the burger's amazing.
So what I'm hearing from you is the Arizona State football team, when you put it down in terms of a tailgate House of Sparky special, an Arizona State football team is a burger.
Yes.
Jaden Daniels is the meat because,
the meat.
I mean, this guy's the freshman. We've got a bun, we've got some cheese, we've got some ketchup and all that coming later, and that's going to be the other pieces of the team. But when you look at the team, it's all that sandwich of a burger, huh?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. But now we got to give this whole thing a little bit of time to cook.
Jaden Daniels needed some time to work out in the spring.
Needed some time to work out in the spring, and then we'll be able to head through the rest of the burger.
All right, let's open it. Let's see that bad boy.
Oh, we are cooking good. Now we are cooking. We got the grill on and everything, and now we're just gonna flip this bad boy over.
That's a good flip.
Flip over to the defensive side of the ball, and we talk about the Pac-12 Defensive Freshman of the Year, Merlin Robertson. This guy led the team in tackles, tackles for loss, and sacks. And this year, he's going to lead the team on the field.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If he's able to keep doing what he did, and maybe even better.
And I think he will do better. I mean, he's a fantastic player. Last year, I think Arizona State fans were pleasantly surprised with him. He came in with a lot of hype, and then he just kind of continued that, and he's had some sizzle to him, Jackson. It's really been amazing.
Absolutely has, and we just keep flipping this bad boy around. Look at all those.
Hey,
nice
so as you're making this perfect, and I know we're going to bring in some more condiments and all that, for everybody in the House of Sparky chats, watching Jackson grill this burger, if you don't like the way he's doing it, if you think he's not cooking it on the right side, comment in the House of Sparky.
I challenge you
comments.
to.
Yeah, because
I'm a grill master.
He
I will reply
replies.
to every single comment on it. As we go ahead, we grab
Here we
our
go.
cheese here. Okay,
Do you need an extra hand? Yeah, I got this.
So I grab onto the cheese. Cheese, one of the most versatile ingredients you can actually use. One of the most versatile guys on the field is one Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
Now this guy, he not only returns kickoffs, he can return punts, and he can catch passes. And this is going to be especially important for the Devils after losing N'Keal Harry to the draft last year.
Because he really is the guy now, huh?
Yeah, he is the guy for those wide receivers.
And listen, the thing is, you know, the way I see the cheese is so important to a burger. Yes, you know, you can have a burger without the cheese, but when you add cheese, it's a whole new element.
It's a whole new element to it. You know, it's going to give that burger that pizzazz, the flash, and that's what Ayuk is going to bring to the offensive side of the ball. And as we let that melt just a little bit, let's go ahead and keep an eye on that.
I got an eye on this. Do not comment on the House of Sparky pages about me, because I'm not a very good grill master, and I never said I was a grill master. I'm the listener today, and I'm standing by.
Yeah, he's learning from the grill master, which is me, of course. And don't flip it now.
I'm not going to
Do not flip it now, because now we have our bun out. We have our big old bun, and we're talking about a big old human being in Cole Cabral. This guy is humongous. He's on the watch list for All-American center. But right now he's playing at left tackle, which we're going to see how much longer he does that.
He's
going
a
to
team
start
guy,
up
really.
He is a team guy, and the bun is really a team player.
Right.
It's going to handle the load of the burger.
Oh, am I going to do this?
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh my
There it is right
gosh.
there. It's only a little bit hot, that's fine. just a little bit burned my finger, and it's going to protect the burger on top as well. So it completely surrounds the burger, which is our Jaden Daniels, as we talked about before, and it's just going to keep him safe, which is what I believe Cole Cabral will do for the team. Now, we can't have a burger without a little bit extra.
Right here for you.
Almost like an extra point.
Come on now.
Brandon Rees. I mean, this dude's got a leg.
So I go eye contact with the camera while we're doing this?
Just look right at it. There it is. And then that just completes the burger. Oh yeah, we got a kicker. Yeah. We have a kicker. This guy can hit.
And that's a football team,
That is a football team right here. That is a football team.
Am I going? Yeah.
You want to take a bite? Now, if all the ingredients
That's a good football team.
for the Sun Devils can come together, they can surely be a deliciously good team.
Jackson Zuber, man. Thanks so much, buddy.
What is a tailgate without a little bit of cornhole? So I brought my friend Quinn out here to play some cornhole, or bags if that's what you call it. But as we were setting up, we noticed we differ a little bit in opinion when it comes to Pac-12 Player of the Year. Personally, I'm going with Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert, returning for his senior season. Quinn, who are you going with?
You know, it's really tough. The Pac-12 has a ton of talent this year, but I have to go with wide receiver Laviska Shenault out of Colorado. He's going to be exciting to watch this year.
Shenault's a great pick. I'm not going to deny that. But Herbert, coming off of last year's season, could have been one of the top quarterbacks taken in the draft. Could have been maybe the first one off the board if everything fell right in workouts. But he decided to forego that, come back for his senior season. He's hungry. He wants this. And that we know for sure because he passed up life-changing opportunities for it. I think he's going to come out and try to gun as hard as he can.
Oh, so close.
Almost there.
Now, when you look at Shenault, one word comes to mind for me, and that's versatile. He can line up on the outside, he can line up in the slot, he can be an H-back, wildcat quarterback, he can be used all over the field, and Colorado's really going to do that in an effort to get him the ball. He is their best player, he's going to have the ball in his hands, and if you want to be contending for Pac-12 Player of the Year, you need to have the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You do have to have the ball. Ooh, hot start, hoping like Laviska Shenault off to a hot start this season. But my second point, you said your one word, versatility. My one word, consistency. The offense for Oregon is consistent. Almost everybody returning from last year. Now, yes, a huge loss in wide receiver Mitchell. He was their leader last season, actually broke Oregon's school record for single season receiving yards. But here's the thing, everybody else returning, Herbert knows the offense. He's not coming into something he doesn't know, not coming into something new. He's gonna get plugged back in and he's just gonna work. And they still have good targets as well, so it's not like that loss is too much. So second point, versatility, I go consistency.
Almost.
Man, I'm gonna need to make that last one.
You're gonna need to make that last one. Well, you may or may not know, I'm a big stats guy, so I'm going to take you through some stats. Laviska Shenault last year, he got injured, only played in 9 games. Nonetheless, he had 86 receptions in 9 games and 1,011 receiving yards. His 86 receptions, 10th in the nation. Imagine what he can do on a bigger scale, and also as a running back, taking snaps as a H-back. Laviska Shenault, he's going to put up insane Christian McCaffrey-like stats, and we saw how that turned out for Christian McCaffrey.
All right, this is a big shot for me. I need to make this one, but I think with my biggest shot comes my best point, winning. Almost every single Pac-12 Player of the Year has come from a winning squad, especially in the last couple of years. Go back to Kadeem Carey from Arizona, 8-5 is the lowest record since 2013, and Colorado could be near the bottom of the Pac-12 this year. So I don't think that they're going to be able to get kind of that winning consistency and that winning pedigree that it'll take for Shenault to get picked for that. Oregon, on the other hand, only one vote behind Utah to win the entire Pac-12. I think they very realistically could do that, and in my opinion, are a dark horse college football playoff team. So for winning alone, and I think that storyline alone, I got to go with Justin Herbert, but I know I need to make the shot. I'm still going to make it interesting. Let's go behind the back for the last shot. You down?
I'm down.
Let's get it.
So close.
Almost there. So close was the story of this game for me.
So close. That's the word, or the 2 words of the day for Eric Ruby. Now, when you think about Laviska Shenault, you talked about Oregon being a better team than Colorado. You're completely right. But Laviska Shenault is the Colorado team. If they can somehow win 7, 8 games with Laviska Shenault leading the way, that's going to look huge in the eyes of the committee. He's also a human highlight reel. Unbelievably exciting player to watch. 6'2", 220 pounds. He's gonna get people off their seats, and that's what's important when it comes to something like a Player of the Year award. I'm also gonna try behind the back.
Just a little bit off there, but that'll do it. Quinn takes the W in Cornhole, but did he take the W in the debate? Let us know on Twitter and online. Do you disagree with both of us? Do you agree with one of us? Just let us know.
Hey, when you're at the tailgate, you've got to talk about the team. You've got to talk about the season, but most importantly, you have to talk about the upcoming game. ASU is taking on Kent State, and we're all really excited. It's a Thursday night game. It's kind of weird, but it's going to be fun. This guy's kind of weird, but also really fun. Julian Barras. You like how I did that, right?
I love it. It's great to be back, man.
It is really good to be back. It's good to be tailgating, getting ready for the season. What do you see the Sun Devils this year? I know Manny Wilkins and N'Keal Harry are gone. That's kind of the big story. Jaden Daniels is a new quarterback, a true freshman quarterback. The Sun Devils are an interesting look this year, Julian.
Yeah, you mentioned Jaden Daniels. The potential is obviously there. I mean, he was very well talked about, especially prior to this season. I talked about him and the possibility that Arizona State could be able to get him to commit, which they did. That's an awesome pickup.
Yeah.
But he's technically the fresh meat. This and in terms of, you know, a tailgate, fresh meat, being able to bring it to the grill. Oh yeah. So here's the problem with this. As well as, you know, Arizona State might be, you know, talented, they have a lot of potential defensively, offensively. They've brought in a lot of new guys. They have a lot more to work with. Herm Edwards has to be able to build that foundation all over again, create that team chemistry, give them the identity that they have seen over the past few years. Now that N'Keal Harry's gone, now that Manny Wilkins is gone, they have to be able to start from ground zero again to a certain extent. But you've got guys like Merlin Robinson coming back on the defensive end, Chase Lucas, and then, you know, obviously I think the leadership of Sterling Cole in that locker room as a junior coming back, especially with Benjamin, that's going to be great for them as well as the young guys.
Yeah, Merlin Robertson's going to be amazing as the linebacker for the Devils. I mean, Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. Also a guy you got to think of defensively, Darian Butler. He's a captain on the defense. Kobe Williams also. I mean, they're both absolutely fantastic. So they're all going to be fun guys to watch. And what's really going to be exciting, it's going to be fun, Thursday night against Kent State. You know, I'm excited to just watch what these Devils look like.
Definitely.
What do you see happening Thursday night?
Listen, Kent State, they've had they've 2-10 records over the past 2 years. Not a great look for them.
Right.
They haven't been great. But Arizona State, this should be a win. This has to be a win. They will win. But there is a small possibility that they could lose this game due to maybe inconsistency, a close game, 2-possession game. The Sun Devils haven't been great in that regard. They've always found themselves in that situation, and it always turns out to be the worst case scenario. So they have to be able to buckle down. They have to start well this season. And what better way to do that against Kent State?
Yeah, Kent State there. I mean, the numbers aren't fantastic. They're really not. It's a must-win game for Arizona State, but they're a team that can surprise a lot of people. I mean, their quarterback was an Auburn commit at some point, and then he went the JUCO route, and here he is playing for Kent State. So that's going to be fun to watch. And also, you never know, young guys, jitters, you just don't really know exactly what's going to happen until it does happen. Let's think big picture here. I mean, we're going to get to see 12, 13, 14 football games this year of the Devils play. What do you see is their ceiling this season?
So for the past 2 years, they've had the same record. But last year seemed like it was somewhat of a jump when Herm Edwards kind of took the helm.
And I agree.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of felt that through the environment, through the culture of what the Sun Devils were trying to produce, and that's exactly what they got. This year, there's a certain expectation for them. People, they always tend to seem like they're the underdogs of the Pac-12, right? It seems to be that same way again this year. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. I think they're going to have a winning record. And I think a lot of the players on the offensive side, and maybe Jaden Daniels might be able to surprise some people as a freshman starter and really set his name in the Pac-12.
The talent is there, and the talent is right here. Julian Barras, thanks so much for the time, buddy.
Absolutely.
What's better than being at a tailgate and being able to reminisce with your friends? That's what friends are for, right? You have a whole lot of buds and just being able to enjoy the moment together. So if you'll indulge me here, let's take a trip back. Let's turn back the hands of time and go back to December 3rd, 2017. That was the day, the night, Arizona State announced Herm Edwards as their head coach. And originally, reception was not very hot. Let's go over some of the tweets that were left in response to the original announcement. First, what indication throughout his career would give any indication that this would be successful? This is the worst hire in 30 years. Not starting off great. Here's another one. Great hire. Love Wildcat fans. And finally, congratulations. You blithering idiots made the dumbest hire ever. I am embarrassed to be an alumni. Both times. That's brutal. That's brutal reception. And it seemed on the onset that it might be a little bit of a head scratcher. But Herm Edwards threw a 7-5 record, notable wins against Michigan State, Utah, and that memorable comeback against Arizona. He's made his statement clear that he is here to stay. And sure, the expectations are rather high, and with someone as charismatic as Herm Edwards is, it's very easy to kind of get lost in the pie-in-the-sky motivational speak that he has. So let's take things one game at a time this season, and that begins with game number 1 against Kent State.